Hello, guys. Welcome, everybody, to Purple A's podcast. I am your host who bleeds purple and gold, Isaac here. So, the Vikings, they sweep the Detroit Lions since the first time since 2020, and the first time they've swept the Dan Campbell led Detroit Lions. Final score on Christmas 23-10. This was definitely a weird game to say the very least on Christmas, but now that they win this game, the Detroit Lions are not in the playoffs. They are eliminated from playoff contention. So, the Vikings are now 8-8. Um this was again, this was a very weird game. I will say that last night. Starting with the offense, the passing game, the Vikings, throughout the whole entire game, had the Vikings as a whole, really besides the run game was, I would say, the best part about the offense, but the passing game, the Vikings only netted 3 yards. That's 3 yards through 4 quarters. Max Brosmer only had 9 for 16 for 51. Max Brosmer, sure, you could say he didn't turn the ball over. He didn't throw any interceptions, but it's it was also not good either. Just only have 3 passing yards. That's not good. And based upon what I saw last night, I think it's safe to say that JJ McCarthy, that Max Brosmer is not the guy. I hate saying that about the guy that I was rooting for, for quite a while, but he's not ready to be a starting quarterback. And it was clear to see last night that he was not ready. So Max Brosmer was terrible. And the offensive line didn't help either. It's not all Max Brosmer's fault. The offensive line was non-existent, really. 7 sacks allowed, and 7 sacks allowed is definitely unacceptable. They were unable to help out the running backs and the quarterback. But, again, it's injuries. It is what it is, but it's clear that they need depth at the offensive line. And in case if the starters go out, and if they fill in, then good. Get some depth pieces for the offensive line. It doesn't hurt to do that since they got absolutely decimated. There's only like just one starter, and that is just Will Fries from last night. It is hard to win like that, so you need depth. And Kevin O'Connell's play calling, it is what it is. We all know what it's about. He should be gone after the end of the season. The run game, though, was the thing I believe that got them there. They got 158 yards, 158 yards, 5.5 yards per carry for the Vikings. I know the running back numbers don't suggest that they did a great job. The numbers don't look good. But, I feel like those were tough yards that the running backs were getting. They were doing pretty well, I would say, considering what they went up against in their offensive line. And Jordan Addison was also a hero too, who kicked off that 65-yard touchdown on a jet sweep. Incredible. And Jordan Addison has been doing with drop passes, way to redeem yourself for next season. I feel like that it's unfair to the guy to say, well, they need to part ways with him because he's been dropping passes, which I understand. He's been dropping passes left and right, but I feel like they should give him another chance to see what he can do next season. So I say they keep him. But the main reason why you won was because of the defense. The defense put on a clinic last night with six. They put together 6 turnovers on that game. 6 turnovers to help them win. Because the defense pretty much gave the offense several times gave them favorable field position to work with. They put up 16 of those 23 points came from the defense. So really, the offense was responsible for 7, but they put up 16 of those points. The defense was dominant. Brian Flores, people have been saying, oh man, this dude's washed. We don't need him. He can go somewhere else. You know what? Keep him in Minnesota. This dude, even with the level of talent, considering how bad the offense has been, I mean, Brian Flores is absolutely putting on a heck of a show. This was probably his best game of this year on Christmas. I mean, I guess this Detroit Lions offense, I mean, I know they're not considered the same, but against them, hey, you know what? Well done. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, they were held to low numbers. The run attack for the Lions, 1.9 yards per carry. Absolutely amazing. They were outstanding. And Harrison Smith had a heck of a game. Turned back the clock to his old self. Not like as in like old, like as in old age, but his old self back like the mid 2010s, the 2010s, going back in time for that. Harrison Smith had a sack, 2 TFLs, and he had an interception on that game. Harrison Smith was all over the place making plays. This dude was a bomb. Andrew Van Ginkel, I believe he had two fumble recoveries, a sack. One of the plays that he had where Jared Goff had the ball, ripped the ball out of his hands as he was about to go down. Incredible. Andrew Van Ginkel, need to keep him. Jalen Redmond was yet again fantastic. I think he had a sack, and he also had a pass deflection at the line of scrimmage. And not only just the turnovers, the pass deflections at the line, they dominated the whole 7 front. I mean, let's see. I mean, Dallas Turner had a sack. Byron Murphy Jr. had an interception. Byron Murphy had a sack. I mean, not a sack, an interception. Sorry. Theo Jackson, he was all over the place making plays. I mean, he didn't have eye-dropping like stats, but he was all over the place. I mean, the defense as a whole was elite. They were all elite. There was not really a bad player. I mean, outside of one touchdown drive, they pretty much shut the Lions down the rest of the way. They absolutely put on an absolute clinic show on Christmas. So, the defense, there's still something there with the defense. Although you still need to there's still plenty of talent. And this is not even like the best talent that they've had. Like, you're talking about Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave still starting. You're talking about Byron Murphy Jr., Isaiah Rodgers. I mean, you're talking about those guys. I mean, they turned the ball over 6 times. I mean, they play great. And you can tell that they definitely need some added talent, which means if they do that, they're all the way back. They are absolutely going to be a machine and an absolute force to be reckoned with. I mean, they weren't yes, they weren't the greatest, but you could tell because of why that was. They were amazing. The defense was amazing. They need to pay Brian Flores all the money. And also Will Reichard was obviously perfect. No surprise by Will Reichard. Only 2 missed field goals on the season. I'm surprised this dude is not a Pro Bowler. I think it's a crime that they did not give him it. Instead, they give it to Brandon Aubrey. I mean, like, what are we doing with Will Reichard? Like, why is he not in the Pro Bowl? Who knows? But I don't know what this means for the Vikings overall. There might be something there, with the defense. I mean, there's obviously been something there, and obviously it's the offense holding them back, and it's the quarterback play and the play calling. It's everything. I mean, they still need to fire Kevin O'Connell in spite of this win, but it's definitely a crazy stat line to have just 3 passing yards throughout the game and still win by 2 scores is a crazy stat line, I must say, man. It's crazy, but nonetheless, you still got the W. Still, I mean, the draft I don't think will really matter. I mean, they're 8-8 already. They're not going to be, they're in like the middle, like 15th, 14th overall pick, somewhere around there, but it doesn't really matter, I think. So, I mean, do whatever you can to see what you have the next game against Green Bay. But overall, it was definitely quite a game. I will say that. I hope you guys had a happy holidays. Thank you guys so much. And make sure you guys please subscribe. Smash that like button if you can. If you have not already, please go do it. Skol Vikings.